What's up, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for subscribing. So today we are going to be applying mascara. Psych. We're not. We're going to be doing some math, okay? So, yes. I know, I think I have like 5,000 or so subscribers so far. It's only been like a couple days. Just kidding, this is my first video. Okay, but no laughing. I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm hoping they can see me. All right, welcome. So today we are going to be starting chapter 6. Okay, does everybody have all the sheets up here? Okay, so I'm going to go off the screen for a bit. I know. This packet I copied a couple weeks ago, and the homework calendar needed to be updated. So I made a new homework calendar and I wrote updated at the top. So I need you to just cross off the old homework calendar. It's actually not that much different. And I'll send around a stapler for you to staple this new one on the front that says updated. Or you can put that in the front of your binder. I don't care what you do with it. Okay? Okay. So today we're going to start this whole chapter. We just finished congruent triangles, right? Same shape, same size. Now we're going to be working with similarity. Same shape, different size. Okay, possibly. Proportionality. In order to do that, all of our sides are going to be proportional for these triangles. When we're working with proportions, we got to start with ratios. So that's where we're starting today, okay? With ratios, proportions, and I'm actually going to save this part of the notes from section 6.1 that are in your notes for next class. So this packet is actually for this class and for next class, okay? So we're going to save this for next time, right? So we'll start with what a ratio is, okay? How we write a ratio. Okay, A over B, a numerator over a denominator, a fraction. Okay, over the colon, A to B. Same thing. A proportion is an equation that states that two ratios are equal. Okay, now here is some vocabulary that's new. We will be using this more next time. Okay, and when you have a proportion, you have two ratios that are equal. B and C, those numbers are called the means, and A and D are called the extremes. And the geometric mean, we use that to find the altitude or the height of a right triangle. Okay? Okay, so let's practice simplifying a ratio. So we start with this first one, 76 centimeters to 8 centimeters. You can also write that as a fraction. Okay. Next thing we need to do is divide out the units. The units are the same in the numerator and the denominator, so they can just cancel. And now let's simplify that fraction. Does everybody have a calculator? I need to make sure everyone knows how to use MathFrac on the calculator. 76 divided by 8, MathFrac. I'll wait. I'll sing while I wait. Actually, I'll step for you. We're good. Nobody cares. I probably just hurt myself while trying to entertain.
That'll be entertaining.
Let's see what to do. Like, let's not talk about my concussion. All right, so have you used the calculator to simplify this fraction?
Yeah.
76 divided by 8. MathFrac. What do you get? Okay. Or you can write it 19 to 2. Either way, same ratio. What your calculator just did was 8 divided by 4 is 2. So 76 divided by 4 is 19. Any questions? Okay, now, when you have a ratio that has different units, you can't just simplify them. We've got to make the units the same first, okay? It's much easier. We've got a foot and inches. Inches are smaller than feet. It's much easier to take the larger unit and chop it up into the smaller unit than take the smaller unit and make it into the bigger unit. I understand in this case 24 inches is exactly 2 feet, but it's not always going to be. It could be 25 inches in the next problem, and then you have 2 feet and an extra inch. So if you forget your conversions, if you've forgotten that there's 12 inches in a foot, you can go to page 921 of your book, and this is actually written on your homework too, or you could look it up on your phone. Okay, but all your conversions are in your book on page 921 if you ever look at your textbook, which you probably don't. Okay, so how many feet or how many inches are in a feet? Or how many inches are in a foot?
12.
Okay, so if I were to draw a picture here of 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 1 foot, there's 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, right? There's 12, 12, 12, 12. So how many inches are in 4 feet? 12 times 4. Once we convert 4 feet into 48 inches, now we have our units the same. Okay, you're going to actually learn unit conversions in chemistry, which I used to teach in geometry, and it just confused a bunch of people, so we're just going to do the basics for now. Okay, but now we have our units that are the same. So we can cross those right out, and we can simplify this fraction, and what do you get? 2. Okay. Is the number 2, is that a ratio still?
Yes.
We're asked to simplify a ratio.
2 over 1. 2 to 1.
Oh.
2 to 1. 2 to 1.
Well, that's a ratio. Or we could write it like that. Okay? On your quiz, on your test, if you're asked to simplify a ratio and you just write the number 2 as your answer, it's not going to be correct because it's not a ratio. Make sure you write 2 over 1 or 2 to 1. Okay. Can I move on? Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you. You can just hold on to it for a second. All right. Next problem. All right, I'm going to draw you a picture of some barn doors. What do barn doors look like? They're red.
There's like a white stripe going across the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be able to see that. Anyway, okay. So we're painting some barn doors, and you know that the perimeter of the doors is 64 feet. Let's stop right there. What is perimeter? Okay. All the length, all the way around those doors. Okay. You know that the perimeter of the doors is 64 feet, and that the ratio of the length to the height is 3 to 5. So for every 3 feet here, there are 5 feet here. It doesn't mean that's 3 feet and 5 feet. This could be 6, that could be 10. Still the same ratio, 3 to 5. But we need to figure out what number, using the same ratio, every 3 there's 5. When we add those numbers up, we get 64. Okay, I'm going to ask us to find the area of the doors. Hello, welcome to math class.
Is she here?
No. Okay. So we can just guess. Okay, what about the number 2? What if we just used the number 2, kept the same ratio, 3 to 5, made that 6, that 10, that 6, that 10. Are we going to get 64?
You might.
We'll add it up. Six plus 10 plus 6 plus 10. Ooh, okay. So it's not 2. Well, I mean, we could try 3. What if we multiplied all these numbers by 3? Would we get 64 for the perimeter? This would be 9, that'd be 15, it'd still be the same ratio, 3 to 5.
48.
Okay, so we could sit here and try to guess, but we don't necessarily know it's going to be a whole number. Or we could just put an X there and use our algebraic skills and solve. That's right. Solve for X. Word. Okay, now 3 times some number plus 5 times some number plus 3 times some number plus 5 times some number. When I add all that jumbles up, I should get 64. Okay? So I'm going to write that. I do what I want. You guys okay with that equation from the diagram? Okay. And let's represent the length by 3x and the height by 5x. Okay. Now another way to write this is we have 2 3x's and 2 5x's. Okay. So you don't have to write it this way, but you will see it sometimes this way. And I don't care how you think about it. What am I doing? Here we go. But this is the equation or your formula for perimeter on your formula sheet. 2 times the length plus 2 times the width is the perimeter. Okay, so you can think about this however you'd like when you're setting these equations up. They mean the same thing. So how many total x's do we have when we combine the like terms? We have 5x's plus 5x's plus 3x's plus 3x's for a total of how many x's?
16.
Okay. So if we look at it this way, we've got 6x's plus 10x's, that's still 16x's. Solve for x. X equals 4.
Jamari get
X is 4. Okay. We found the value of x. So now we can take this. We gotta plug that back in to figure out the length and the height. So what are those going to be? What's the length now going to be now that we know that the value of x is 4?
12.
3 times our 4, which is 12. Okay. And we're working in feet, right? And what's our height going to be? Okay, so the door's length is going to be 12 feet, and the height is going to be 20 feet. Cha-ching. 12 feet long, 20 feet high. All right, now, let's go back and read the problem again. Find the area of the doors. Okay, how do you find the area of a rectangle? That's perimeter. 2 the length, 2 length plus 2 perimeter, or 2 width. You add those up. What's the area of a rectangle?
Length times width.
Length times width.
Height.
So we are just going to take our, in this case, our length and our height, and multiply them. Now 12 times 2 is 24, and this is not just add a 0. Now 240, what units do we need? Okay, feet, and we're dealing in area, so it's going to be squared. That's it. Okay? You have a problem just like this on quizzes, on tests. Anyone still writing? Good? Moving on. Okay. Similarly, now we've got a triangle's angle measures are in the extended ratio. That just means there's 3 numbers here, 1 to 4 to 5. Find the measures of the angles. Well, I'm going to draw myself a picture just so I can use my art skills. Okay? For every 1 degree here, there's 4 here, and there's 5 here. Okay? Now, could that be 1 degree and that be 4 degrees and that be 5 degrees? Is that possible?
Yeah. No.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
What do the sum of all the interior angles inside any triangle have to add up to always?
180.
Okay,
They can't.
can that be 1, 4, and 5 then?
No.
That's what I said.
No. I said no.
Word. Fist bump.
And yes.
Okay. So, well, what if we multiply all the numbers by 2? Would that add up to 180? Okay. And we could just sit here and guess, or
Or.
Put it out of the seven.
we could just put an X there, right? What number, let's figure out what number do we multiply this 4 and this 5 by, keep that ratio the same,
18.
but then when we add all these up, we should get what?
180.
All 3 of the interior angles inside a triangle should always add up to 180 degrees. So I'm going to write this as an equation. So 1x, I'm just going to write x, plus 4x, plus 5x. When I add all those interior angles up, I should get 180. Bless you. So how many total x's do we have here when we combine the leg terms?
10.
Alex, oh my gosh, stop. I'm recording myself. What are you gonna do? You're gonna watch this back when you're in college and you're gonna feel bad. That's right, you are. You're gonna be in college
excited about
and
the
you're gonna
fact
watch this video and you'll be like, oh man, I shouldn't have goofed off.
I'm just saying that if we got Jamari's sneezing on tape, it's a big deal.
You got his what on tape?
His sneeze. He has a funny sneeze.
Yes!
Yes.
I'm gonna watch that later. Okay, now that we have the value of x is 18, now what? We have to find the measures of each of these 3 angles. Okay. Okay, so I don't have names for the angles, so I'm just gonna name them. Angle 1, the measure of angle 1 is equal to 1 times 18, that's 18 degrees. Angle 2, 4 times 18. Somebody should be checking my math. Okay, once you get those 3 angles, you're taking a quiz. Add them up, make sure they add up to 180 degrees. Because if they don't, you made a mistake, you gotta go back. Here. What are you laughing at?
Oh, I'm not laughing. This
Are you making fun of me?
is serious business here.
It is serious business.
I was asking Luis, I said, Luis, you look bored. I said, is the hat not enough for you? We get her to wear a costume. I mean, you gotta consider your audience here.
Yeah. All right, I'll work on that. I'll work on the costumes.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Kate.
A cape, yes. So do you hear that, subscribers? Tune in because you never know when I'm going to be wearing a cape. Miss
Yes.
White just said she's going to make one for me because she's,
I'm happy to make
It's just
her.
gonna be
Yeah.
a large beach towel.
okay. So now we're moving in from ratios into proportions, okay?
Okay.
And just to review, the cross products property, and most of you guys, when you come into geometry, everyone can remember how to cross multiply, which is fabulous. One of the things people remember. When you have 2 fractions that equal each other, when you multiply the means by the extremes, they should be equal. That's all that's saying. And this is actually very useful because if we don't know one of these numbers, if I made that 2 into an x, we can still use the same property because 6 times x should equal 3 times 4, and then we solve it and solve for x, which is what we're going to do on the next flip chart. Can I move on?
Yes.
Fantabulous!
That's a word.
Okay, it is. cross multiply 4 times x equals 16 times 3, 3 times 16, whatever. Take out your calculator, 16 times 3 divided by 4, what do you get?
12.
Okay, now, I just want to teach you something. When you take these numbers and you type them into the calculator the way they are here, the calculator knows that you mean 16 times 3 divided by 4, and you actually mean you want to multiply by 16 by 3 first and then divide by 4. But let's just say you had 4 over 16 times 3. You wouldn't be able to enter it in the calculator this way, because there's actually a parentheses around every numerator and denominator in every fraction. They're there. Okay, and what that means is you need to multiply everything in the denominator and everything in the numerator first and then divide. So what you really need to tell the calculator, okay, if you type this, 4 divided by 16 times 3, the calculator is going to do 4 divided by 16 first, unless you tell it to multiply the 16 times 3 first. So just be careful if you have multiple numbers in your denominator. Nobody cares, moving on. Oh, I must have erased something I didn't like. All right, try B right now. Go for it. It is different.
Why is it always like different?
Different is good, people. Everyone's trying this. You're trying this at home. Do, 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 do. My son's going to be excited to see this because on my YouTube channel, I had one just practice video from like 2 years ago. And he's like, oh, Mom, you have a YouTube channel? Cool. And then he went to my YouTube channel and I had 1 subscriber. He's like, that's so sad. I was like, just practicing. All right,
You should put ads in your videos so you
I should.
lose the subscribers.
How you can actually do that? Considering you're gonna make money off
Uh-huh.
of it.
When you multiply 2 times x plus 1, it's the quantity x plus 1, so it's got to be in parentheses. So you are actually distributing this 2. So this is actually 2x plus 2.
That's what I was going for a second.
Are you with me? It's okay to have your x on the right, by the way. 2 equals x, x equals 2. Same thing. Any questions? No. Going once. Going twice. Sold.
Yeah.
Not yet, not yet.
Oh.
Not yet.
Good?
I'm not done.
H money.
I'm good.
Okay. I'm gonna have 0 subscribers. Okay. So this is actually, I think, the last problem. Yeah. We can use that next time. Okay. So now we've got a word problem. We're gonna set up a proportion using the word problem and then solve it. Yes. Okay. You want to find the total number of rows of boards that make up 24 lanes at a bowling alley. You know that there are 117 rows and 3 lanes, okay? Right there, that's the ratio. Find the total number of rows of boards that make up the 24 lanes. Okay, so, I could see a ratio right there. So let's go ahead and try to set up a proportion. We have 2 ratios. We can put this on one side. Now there are lots of different ways to set up a proportion, but the way I see it, and I'm going to do this one, is 117 rows. With a little R there, so I remember those rows. And 3 lanes, that's an L. 117 rows for every 3 lanes. Now, since I chose to put rows over lanes on this side of the proportion, I'm going to need to be consistent and do that on the other side as well. So I'm going to put a little R here, an L there to remind me that's what I'm going to need to do on the other side of the proportion. Now, what other information do we have? Find the total number of rows of boards that make up the 24 lanes. So I need to find the total number of rows. So I have an unknown. Where is that going to be? Where should it go? Rows.
24.
Make up 24 lanes. Good. Now you really don't need that. That's just to help you set the proportion up. Okay? Now this is just like the problems on the last page. So you can multiply 117 by 24, but I just wait. Take out your calculator, multiply, divide.
536.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Because this is 24 divided by 3, that's 8. 57 times 8, 56. Yeah. Make sure you divide by 3.
I got it.
Did you do 117?
I got 2,808.
Yes, you did.
Divide by 3. That's before
Did you divide by? Got to divide by 3. Okay. All right, 936 what?
Rows of board.
All right, let's try to remember our units. This chapter. Okay, we're done. Everyone, thanks for watching. See you back here next time. Sarah, you're not doing your job. You said you were going to stop this. Sarah.
Joke's on you, it wasn't recording the whole.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to kill you.
I'm so happy.